So I'm uploading this video to YouTube to add to the class discussion because I'm having problems with the software we use to record our passages. It's kind of cutting my voice out all over the place. I've tried for 2 days. So my first advertisement, I'm going to put the link in the description box. It's called The Real Cost Your Teeth. It's an anti-smoking campaign kind of ad, and you'll see it. The guy walks to the counter, puts his money on the table, asks for some cigarettes, and the clerk's like, "You need to give more than that," and then he proceeds to put pliers in his mouth to take his teeth out, and just to invoke the fear of smoking and the troubles it can cause. So to get right to the stages, so for stage 1, stimulation, I think this is definitely a very stimulating advertisement. I think that's what they're kind of focusing on. They're honing in on because of the 5 senses, and you can see the pain in his eyes and his face when he has to pull his teeth out, and when he briefly thinks about it, you can kind of hear the tooth come out, and you can feel it if you're truly watching it. So I think they're really honing in on the stimulation of this, and that perception is evident. For stage 2, organization. Organization by scripts, I think you can kind of see the layers that and the kind of organization of the situation. You're a smoker, you are addicted, and then you are put in these situations where you're compromising things like your teeth or whatever can go wrong with smoking. There's a lot of problems that can arise, and that's the point of this. So for stage 3, interpretation, evaluation, this is really much about like biased stages. So I think like maybe a smoker who doesn't have any health problems can watch this, and they might get the perception that it's they're just trying to evoke fear, but it's unwarranted. But then there's also people that know people who have issues or have issues themselves, and because their beliefs or their experiences. So this will be kind of a telling tale of it. They'll definitely see this and understand. For stage 4, for memory, it's kind of, I guess, tapping into your experiences a little more, because watching this, you're probably gonna think about maybe your grandmother has a crazy cough, or somebody died of throat cancer that you know, or maybe you can't run as far as you used to because of respiratory issues. So I think this is a trigger to watching this video for a lot of people. Trigger memory. And for recall, I think this is definitely an advertisement that would be recalled. As the book kind of stated, you don't need to, as the book stated, for recall, like, you're not going to remember every single detail of a story. You're going to just, know bits and pieces, and you're going to fill in the gaps. But for this, I think you truly will remember the important piece, and that's just the compromise you make from smoking, and the perception of just being in a bad area, bad situation. It's like a dark, ominous scene, and they're all trying to relate that to smoking. But that's my first advertisement. I'm gonna give you my second one, which is the Stop Bullying advertisement. Everyone can help. Stimulation for this, stage 1, very similar. You kind of, for sight, I think you kind of see the disdain in everyone's face in these commercials to the girl. Touch, they're kind of abusing her, and trying to make us relate in those situations, which we all could have. Organization, I think you look at the schema a lot for this, because you look at her and you might think she's just a dork or a geek. You judge her by her appearance. You judge all these other kids that are dressed up as their appearance. Look how she's shorter, and that's just all the information that you know from growing up and what you learned. For stage 3, interpretation, Again, this whole bias, this can be a whole bias situation where this advertisement might not hit you unless you're very neutral in the situation or know someone in the situation, or if you are even like a bully, it might hit you so much differently. Maybe you'll interpret it as, hey, I need to fix myself, that's what I'm doing wrong to people, or what have you. For stage 4 for memory, I think very similar to the anti-smoking. A lot of people have been through these situations, and this will trigger a lot of kind of people to help when they see it. They see something like this, and they're a lot more aware because they've been through it. And stage 5 for recall, I think what you're going to recall from this is that people still will help. So, and I think that's what the point of the commercial is too. Like, it's not necessarily about the kid being bullied, it's like stopping it. You can stop it. Everyone can help. And that's kind of the gist of it at the end. I think, you might forget all the details of it, but you're going to recall that, the look that the boy gave her, and, helped her up. And that's the important part. So those are my 5 stages for both of those ads. Sound off.